All right, here we are in Omor. Going to buy another workshop. And I've currently got a tannery, a linen weavery, which takes flax. And that's here in Omor. That's why I was pointing out that flax earlier. And of course, I've got the brewery and the silversmith in Sanala. So I've got to get something that's not a tannery and not a linen weavery here for Omor. Now, this linen weavery is working fine. It's not a whole lot of money, but there's a steady input of flax because that Av is trade locked to Omor. So let's see what they have besides the linen weavery in town. I imagine they got a brewery at least. I don't want to buy that if I can help it. Despite this town having a village with grain. All right, so they've got a tannery, a linen weavery, and a velvet weavery. I'm going to... tannery. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the tannery because I have a tannery in Revel, and I don't want there to be another tannery in the area. There could very well be one at Varcheg, which is the town in between Omor and Revel, but I'm not at Varcheg. I'm at Omor. So I want to buy that tannery, and I'll change it to something else. I'll leave that velvet weavery and the linen weavery as is. I'm making, as I said, 212 on the velvet weavery. So let's buy the tannery. Although I could buy the tannery and then change the one in Revel to something else. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see what this costs. And I may even try. We may even try to take out these thugs again. We got our tails whooped big time the last time we tried it in Revel. Alright, gang leader. Gorgi, the Scorpion.
Well, no, stranger. Peace to you. What is your name?
My name is Hans, man. You know what? He's a gang member. They know me as Hans. Mark it down. You should be hearing of me a lot. Alright, I want to buy your tannery. Yep, 25. I'll pay it. And I'm out of here. Let's see if 158, 139, 111. Let's try. Let's see what level of thugs are in the alleyway. How do I get to this 111? I'm going to go around this direction. Hopefully that's the way to do it. Who's this guy? Jorg Flatcakes just sitting out here. 105. Where is my wife? She's supposed to be fought. There she is. Come on, girl. I'll need your help for this if we do it. If we get beat up again, at least we'll get beat up together, eh? We can show each other our matching scars. Truth be told, I'm probably not going to attack if it's still the master thug and so forth and so on. What is this? This is just a regular thug. Alright. Nothing. Where's she at? I want her to show up. There she is. She's so slow. Alright. Thug. Alright, these are regular thugs. We're going to attack. Again, in the theory that if we leave the alleyway clear, it's going to help the prosperity of the city. I'm just having a look. Do you mind? I don't take orders from the likes of you. All right. Now, I don't want to take over the alleyway, and I got a point in one-handed. That's excellent. So we'll leave it empty. Of course, I will increase relation with the legitimate businessmen and decrease relation with the gang leaders. All right, let's go. Which one is closer, the waterfront or the back? All right, the waterfront. We'll go to the waterfront, see if we can clear it also. Keeping in mind we was wounded a bit during that battle. I can't tell if she was wounded at all. But if it's just regular thugs, we can take them. There was only 3 of them, I believe. In that last battle in Revel, there was, I think, 5 or 6 of those boss level thugs. Of course, our skills have improved quite a lot since then also. I still wouldn't want to jump them with just 2 people, I think. All right, regular thug. All right, we're going to fight these guys. They're just regular thugs. There we go. We made short work of them. And I got a skill in athletics. All right, we'll leave it empty. Now, you notice this is not even lit up because you have to have a clan member with you that has roguery skill 30 or higher and a mercy trait of 0 or lower. And obviously it's just me and Corinne, so neither one, she doesn't meet that criteria. But if you planned on taking over alleyways, you would want to find you a companion that has this: roguery skill 30 or higher and mercy of 0 or lower. But you don't ever know that until you actually fight in the alleyway. If it were up to me, I would clear out every city I owned, or every city in Sturgia of thugs. I just don't like the fact that they're thugs in the games at all. You notice I never recruit from thugs. They don't care for them. I never do missions for thugs. That's what I'm trying to say. I never do. I never have, and I say I never will. I know they say never, but I've never done it, and I don't ever plan on doing it. I just don't like thugs in the city. The whole point of the security rating and increasing the security rating of your towns and stuff, and then you still have thugs in them, I just don't like that at all. And the fact here is you can clear them out like we're doing right now, but they're eventually just going to spawn back in. And I honestly don't know if it really does anything. I know what it says. I know that they say it helps, but I haven't looked into it enough to know that it helps. It's just in my mind it helps. That's why I'm doing this. You could call it role play purposes if you want to, but I just don't like thugs. Never have, never will. Also, we're very close to the wall. I'm wondering if, okay, these are regular thugs. Okay. And of course, we're going to leave it clear also. All right, I want to run back here. It's something I've never done before. We're close to the wall. We're in the city. The only time I've ever gone up on the city walls is during sieges. I'm just curious because I've never really had a need. You don't have a need to when you're just visiting a city. I'm curious if you can get up on them and what it looks like outside when you're not in a siege. So it looks like we can go up here. So let's go up and see what it looks like. I really want to know the scenery when you're not fighting a siege battle, if it looks the same. So I'll go all the way to the top. Yeah, I guess it looks the same with the exception, of course, there's no enemy and siege equipment out there. All right. Well, let's leave. Okay, O'More. We now have the tannery. And I'm going to drop the hides in the warehouse because I am going to change. We got 124 of them. I'm going to change what Revel is producing. And I'm going to change it based on... I still don't think these cows are bringing hides to Revel. But unfortunately, what have I been stockpiling? That's why I keep... Let's change it to... I've been stockpiling hardwood and wool because you can use those in workshops. You know what? Let's change it to the Revel. Man, it's making good money. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone until it uses all the hides, and then I'll swap it. Let's at least let it use all these hides, and we'll let O'More take from here also. The silversmith here should be doing better, but it's not, and it's too far for me to travel to see what the problem is. It's a possibility they're just being, as you know, the desert has bandits that are very fast, and it's a possibility that they're just being raided by bandits from here to here. This is where the silver's coming from to go to Sanala, and there are some bandits. You see, they're still intact. Their entire territory is intact, so it's not that they're being under siege or anything of that nature. Okay, let's head to Rote now that we've got our 5 workshops. And I want to check. I can't remember if I checked. I want to see what the armor and the shields are here. 53. All right, they don't have as good an armor here as they had back in, was it Balgard? I think. That 287,000 armor, wasn't it? Let's look at the shields. All right, there's a heavy round shield. I got to tell you, even though it's less armor, I can't look at this shield anymore. So I'm going to switch to the heavy round shield. And let's see what else we got here. Northern, is that axe better than the avalanche? It's longer. It does more damage, but it swings a lot slower and the handling is less. See, that's, again, I would rather have the length, but it just swings so slow. Because 117 is not a very good length at all for a two-handed weapon, and 121, granted, is not that much more, but it just swings so slow. I cannot deal with how slow that swings, so I'm going to stick with the avalanche. Now that this War Ranger, you can also spear brace that. 155 damage, swing speed of 62, very, very, very slow. Yeah, I'm sticking with the avalanche. I guess I don't, what I normally do with my spouse, who always leads my archers, is I give them a two-handed sword, and my favorite two-handed sword to give them is a Battanian mountain blade. I like using it myself when I'm using swords because it can be used as a one-handed sword or a two-handed sword. The only downside to it, it's got good swing speed as a two-hander, and it's got good damage. The downside to it is it's short. For a two-handed weapon, it's short. So that's why I'm letting her stay with this, because not only is it very long, in fact, it's probably twice the length of the Battanian Mountain Blade, because I think it's only 105. This is 203. It has, notice the icon of the guy falling off the horse. That means if she swings and hits someone on a horse, it can knock them off. It can dismount riders. And that's always a plus for my infantry, or for my archery line, because it's usually only the horses that are harassing them. And that is a good amount of damage. So I'm going to let her continue to use it. Now, granted, if we siege castles or we fight in keep battles, that's a useless weapon because she can't swing it inside them walls. Those corridors are too short, the ceilings. So it will hamper her. It's probably ideal for bandit when we do bandit raids into their bandit hideouts, because there the length don't matter. You're out in the open. But yes, it's definitely going to, I really need to consider changing that out. It's also a pole arm. So if I decide to change it out, another good thing to give her would be some kind of a swingable glaive, because one of the glaives, I don't know if it's the long glaive or the glaive or both of them in particular, you can also use it as a spear, and it will stop horses in the track. So she can swing this and dismount riders, But with a glaive or another spear, she can also just stop them in their tracks. And I think, as everyone who's played the game knows, if you're on a horse and you're surrounded by infantry beating on you, anywhere from 5 to 12 infantry all at one time, that's a lot of damage. All right, so I'm not going to buy anything other than this heavy round ship because I'm just tired of looking at that thing right there. I'm going to hold on to it because I could give it to one of my companions who's riding a horse. But so far, I don't feel the need to upgrade my armor because I know there's a better piece of armor out there, and I do think it is. I think that armor piece is found in Empire Towns. The one that is 51, 25, 16, I think it is. 51, 25, 16, I think. So eventually, we're going. We've hit every Sturgian city. We're at peace now. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Varcheg and Revel to look at their armor and what they have as far as... Actually, we're going to go clear out this hideout right now. While I'm thinking about it. There's 6 groups inside there. So let's clear it out. And this will give me an opportunity... Party morale, nope. That's not going to be any good for me. All right, that's not as important. Let's see about this. Yeah, Beast Slayer. Oh yeah. I'm going to go in with a 2-handed weapon because I really, really like this Beast Slayer because it also gives my infantry line, who again I'm the captain of, 10% damage to mounts, and I'm all about the Sturgian infantry line is all about killing horses. That I do enjoy. So let's go ahead and keep the, well, we've got the avalanche already. So we'll take the avalanche and nothing else. Nope. I'm going to still put my one-handed axe in there. There we go. Just like that. Wait until nightfall and attack. Now, obviously, her and I are going to go. And I'm going to take, I'm going to take these 3 recruits, even though I'm sure they're going to die. But so what? The recruits are easily replaced. And the whole point is to try to raise their level. So I'm going to take these warriors also. And we'll see what happens. Since we're at peace, I've got the time to go and replace these if I need to. And, of course, we're going to set her. I'm going to do this a little differently. Normally, I make just one group. But in this case, I'm going to leave her in a separate group and have her follow me. So that's her and I going in the battle first. Look at that. They're looking in this direction. Let's wait and see if that one guy turns around and starts walking away before I rush in there. Nope. All right, everybody attack. Her and I are going in. Whoop. And neither one of us are using the shield right now, so I got to be very careful that I don't get hit and that she doesn't. Well, she can do her own thing. She never has a shield, but I'm not using my shield at the moment, so I need to be very careful. If she gets points, good, but the primary goal here is for me to get some points as a 2-hander. Oh, I just knew he's going to hit that recruit. Oop. I think he just took that recruit. Nope, he hit something else. All right, now here I want them to go south, away from there, because you get too close to that wall and you aggro all those enemies. There's about 5 enemy or so up there, and I don't want to aggro them right now. Not because I worry about them attacking us. It's just because I want to leave them all in a clump up there, and we'll get to them in a moment. I have a set path I always take. Always run along the beach, and then go through that opening right there and work my way back up to that is the last thing I do. There we go. Look at there, I got 90 and 2-handed now. I always prefer taking the enemy where they are. I don't like dragging them out into the open like this. It's also a lot easier to dodge. For the most part, it's a lot easier to dodge their javelins when I know where they're going to be and I'm familiar with the territory they're in. There's usually one or two here. All right, guys, come on. And up here, there's going to be a crossway, a three-way, if you will, and there'll be either one or two standing in where they're visible, and one sitting at a table for a total of three, or there'll just be two here. It's usually two or three. It's hard to know. All right, there's one right there that's visible, which means there's very possibly another one to our left, to his right, because he's looking in this direction. All right, let's go, girl. Come on.
Come on.
Got to watch that javelin. Yep, there's another one there. So you got to watch both these javelins. Get those points. All right, that's it. Now they're clear. Now the rest of the group is going to be at a table in there, as you know, people who play this game. And in this instance, I want all these guys to be with us, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 there I can see, possibly 5. All right, let's go. Maybe 6. 6. Yep, there's 6 right here. Look at that swing through. Notice I hit 2 of them at once with one swing. There we go. Is there still one alive? What are you doing, guys? Oh, they're following me. They're on follow, so they just... My mistake. Sorry about that, fellas. I forgot you were on... I don't normally do that. That's why I forgot that I was doing that. All right. I just want the girl. You guys stay here. I want just me and my wife. There should only be 1, at most 2 up here at the top. That's where the vast majority of them are. Oh, I forgot she's still wearing those clown pants. There's just going to be 2 here. Come on, girl. What are you waiting on? Is she stuck? Not that I need her, but, you know, if she's going to get points, she's got to be up here. Oh, there's 3. I did not expect that. That's okay. No problem. My skills are much better than when we first started, as you can imagine, 400 days in. Oh, don't run away from me. There you go. All right, so athletics 198 and two-handed 95. It'd be great if I could get two-handed to 100 in this one bandit hideout, but that is not going to happen. And I know some people will duel, and then if you win the duel with the captain or the boss, you get all the troops as prisoners. And people say I can sell them and get money. But I would rather have, because that money is going to help you right then and there in the moment. But the skills that me and my people will get from fighting the battle will help us the entire rest of the game. That's why I always fight the battle. Always fight the battle. Somebody went down. I don't know who or what. It could have been a recruit. We'll find out here in a moment. It was indeed a warrior, but we got 7 of them upgraded and all 3 recruits upgraded. I got 1 in medicine, 3 in athletics, and 11 in two-handed. That is so good. I only need 3 more to get the next perk. And she got 1 in polearm. Take her to 219. That is very good. Of course, we like the morale. 691 gold. Let's do some upgrades. And, of course, we're going to get that +3 to all nearby notables. So these notables around here, I'm not sure how far that applies, but I would imagine at least these 3 can be +3. Now, let's continue on to Varcheg. Oh, gained a level. All right, we will put that in. Okay, this is where I'm interested in maxing out steward, so we're going to put it in steward. Then we're done with steward and medicine. Now, the next thing I'll probably work on is more than likely leadership. The problem with leadership is this 2. So the next level, level 26, I believe, you notice this level, we only got a focus point. And I think it's every other level where you get a focus point and a attribute point. So I think at level 26, I'll be able to put this up to 3. All right. She got nothing to worry about. So moving on to Varcheg. And it may allow us to have more troops. Not yet. Let's get rid of these Sea Raiders for another 440 gold. Not bad. What kind of garbage did they give us? Fine scarf. Nothing useful. Nothing useful here. A quality. You know, I don't like the damage. The damage is so slow. I really like the swing speed and the handling. You know what? I'm going to hold on to it for possible later use. Oh, here's another one. All right, I'll hold on to both those axes because I will give them to my companions once I have companions. If I can't find anything better. Now let's look at the market proper. We're back close to Botania, so I want to make sure, check to see if they got any hobbies. And it doesn't look like this has got as good. Yeah, the variety here is not as good as what was available back at Balgard. Heavy round shield is the one I have. This is a one-handed axe that does much more damage, and it is longer, but the swing speed is 7 less, and the handling is 8 less. I don't know. I would like to have the length and the damage, but I really don't like that swing speed being so low. One of the advantages of an axe is it's so fast, and you're face to face with the enemy. And I think I've mentioned more than once my reflexes at my age are not very good, so I like that fast swinging. I think I'm just going to stick with what I got. If I find something that's, if this was 92 swing speed and 88 handling, I would definitely start using that right now. But I think in this instance, it's just the swing speed is too slow, even though the damage is so much more. All right. Well, that's enough wishful thinking. Let's head on up to Revel. See what they got, since Revel is the most prosperous city in the Sturgian Federation. I don't really know what Confederation of Small Kingdoms is now the Principality of Sturgia. Okay, so Sturgia is a principality and Ragenvad is the prince. The Grand Prince of Sturgia, all right? And I'm really surprised that we haven't seen any bandit hideouts right there. Usually, there's so many. It's every time I go through there's at least one. So it's unusual for me not to see any. Now the warehouse, there's still 17 hides left here. But since we're here, we can go ahead and swap it over and take those 17 hides out and move them back to Omor next time we're over there. So what I want to do is turn off input. And it was doing 212. Now it's down to 102. And again, I want to walk the city to see what they have. We only have the tannery. And the only other thing I can imagine they have is they would have a brewery, I believe, and possibly, well, it doesn't matter. Whatever else they have, it's going to rely on imports because there's nothing else here that's imported that's used locally. So let's just see what it is. My guess is it's a brewery. Oh, a pottery shop. They don't have a brewery at all. Unless this tannery, when I bought it, was a brewery and I switched it out. Maybe it was. I don't know. And I'm going to buy the pottery shop, I believe, because everybody uses jugs. That is probably the primary. I don't want to say utensil, but you know, all the water that's carried, the wine, the food, it's all in jugs. Like this right here, those are all clay pots. Actually, let's look at the market. Where's the merchant? There he is. Let's see what you have for sale. He has... See, pottery. There's only 11 pottery here. And there's no clay whatsoever. So it makes me think that every bit of the clay that comes into the city is converted into pottery. And what I do know about, I know we're going to be at war at Botania sooner or later, and I know Botania has a lot of clay. And it's close, so it's feasible that caravans could bring in clay here. And I did see some clay in the Empire lands also as we were moving around, or the Khuzate. So there's more than one place on the map, more than one faction that has clay. I don't recall any south, and I don't recall any in the Sturgians, and I don't recall any in the Valandians, but I know the Botanians have it, and it's possible it's in Empire somewhere, and it's possible it's in the Khuzate land. But either way, if I need to change it later, I will. But for now, I'm going to buy the pottery. I think that's the way to go. Notice there is no hardwood on the here at all. So I could turn it into a woodworking place, but I don't know that there's any hardwood coming in. I've got 9 only, and that wouldn't really make a difference. Okay, for now, I'll buy it and turn it into a... just leave it as a pottery shop. And if I need to change it later, I will. That's what we're going to do. Also, while we're here, we're going to take a look at those thugs again, see if they're still master level thugs and how bad they beat us this time with our improved skills. I don't know why she's so slow. All right, where's the guy that owns this? I imagine he's in the green. Nope. Is that him over here? Nope. There we go. Kuliat the Potter.
Peace to you, stranger. What is your name?
Since he's not a gang member, he's a legitimate merchant, I'm going to be nice to him. My name is Hans, sir. May I ask your name? I'm Kuliat, a merchant here in Revel. I own a pottery shop. Excellent. I want to buy your pottery shop. Oh, I forgot. That's not what I want. I want to sell. I've already got 5, so what I want to do is enter the warehouse, take all of this out, and then sell this tannery. I'm only going to get a couple. I think I get about 3,000 to 4,000 for it. 7,000, that's fine. All right. If you have goods in the warehouse, are you sure? Yes. Okay. Now I want to go back and buy his pottery shop. All right, let's do this again. All right, I will do this in the next video because after I buy the pottery shop and drop off the after I buy the pottery shop, I'm going to go to the thugs and the gangs in the alleys, and then we'll go back to Omar and drop off the hides. Next video. Ciao.